Good afternoon. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to come and pitch here. My name is Ritesh. I'm one half of muHive. We've seen some really great demos today. I just hope we sort of continue the tradition of that. What is muHive? I'll give you a small problem that I think a lot of you have faced. How many of you have called up Airtel? How many of you have called up Dish TV? How many of you have called up any of these sort of big brands to register a complaint, to give some feedback? It's so annoying because you know what? I feel like I'm standing in an Indian Railways ticket counter because people make me wait for 7 minutes, 8 minutes to just give some feedback. A really funny incident, I called up Airtel once. They said, would you like to give some feedback? I said, okay. They put me on wait after that for the next 6 minutes to give feedback, right? Something that, which is voluntary. So, and everybody has this, everybody has a smartphone these days. And your smartphone can do so many things. It can, you can tweet, you can write a Facebook post, you can send an email, you can send an SMS, you can call. But typically, everybody just ends up calling up whoever we need to call to reach out to them, right? And why do you do that? You do that because there is this inherent sense of acknowledgement that everybody sort of craves, right? So when you have a problem, you want Airtel or Dish or whoever it is to acknowledge the fact that you have a problem. After that, it's their headache, right? So what muHive aims to do is to solve this problem of engagement of customers with brands. And what are we? We are a SaaS-based customer engagement platform on the web for all channels, all contemporary channels of the web, with an extremely strong focus, on automation. And what do we do? So if you're customers, if you're a brand, if your customers are reaching out to you, want to have a conversation with you on Twitter, on Facebook, on email, let's say shared email boxes, support@company.com, info@company.com, and even website. We even have a small website widgets module. Or let's say tomorrow you build a mobile application. You want to essentially get people to talk to you, ask you for feedback, give you some sort of, give you some feedback or ask you for some sort of questions, inquiries. We help you we give you a unified dashboard for all these communications to come into a single place. We not only do this, we also give you some insights on who this customer is. So what we do is we tell you who this customer is, how many times this customer has spoken to the brand, what is the context, the broad context behind, which the customer is talking about. We'll also give you the sentiment that the customer is talking about. So if, let's say, there's a negative sentiment there, you can sort of action it out immediately. What you can also do is something very, very important. You can actually interface this with your systems, with your inventory systems, with your CRM systems, with your support systems. Get an additional metadata about the customer and look at it in this view of this conversation. So let's say I speak to Airtel, I say, hey, my 3G modem is busted. Can you please help me fix it? Let's say I send a mail to support@airtel.in. Airtel, the people who are responsible for customer support on Airtel can actually see, hey, this is Ritesh. This is this person who has given us, this much business. He's been a customer for 6 years, and he's always paid his bills on time. So maybe, I should actually give this person a little more importance than the others who are waiting, right? And this is a multi-user solution. So for example, you could have your entire team sitting on top of this, using muHive to sort of do their engagements with their customers. And the sort of benefits of this is that once you start doing this, once you sort of open up your brand's engagement channels on different, on different properties on the web, you will start seeing a lot of traffic. And there's absolutely no way Airtel can manage the kind of Twitter, mentions that they get, or the Facebook posts that they get on their page, or the emails that they get even with a 100% team, right? So the solution is automation, and automation is our USP. We have probably one of the best drag and drop automation engines. I will show you a demo of it very, very soon. It helps you create these really, really nice automations, which you can get done in under a minute. And these serve as your first response channels, right? I'll give you a quick example. A little bit about the company first. We were incorporated in July of 2012 after our first sort of startup idea went nowhere. We had a beta ready by October 2012. Then we had a lot of businesses using us in the beta. We now have 45 signed up customers who are using the system actively on an everyday basis. We also have some paying customers. I'll give you some sort of a brief demographic about our customers itself. These are our 3 paying customers. We have one real estate giant in Bangalore. He's the biggest economy builder in Bangalore. They used us through an agency. An agency used to manage their social media, activities. So they started using muHive to actually start engaging with people who are talking to the brand. And in a month, they actually got 5 inquiries for people looking to buy flats. And the price that a real estate player pays to get inquiries is a lot. Our second customer is somebody who's who runs one of the biggest fashion and fashion and lifestyle e-commerce portal. And there's one person, a brand manager using us, understands what people are saying about the brand, understands who are the people sort of cribbing, because most people in India usually went out. They don't actually give constructive feedback. So most people only go and complain about Airtel. If you had actually a very, very good experience with Airtel one day, nobody will go and write about it. So there's this person who actually goes and answers these people, uses our automations effectively to reach out to a larger audience. And we also have a socio-political organization. They have a very, very interesting use case. They have about 25 plus people sitting on muHive, listening to all the people who are reaching out to them, giving them addresses of their, say, nearest facilitation centers, spreading the word of their sort of their former leader, their sort of the public figure, and we're hoping that the election actually gives us a lot of traction. What are we trying to do with the business model, right? So we're just two. It's just Sagar and me. There was another co-founder we had called Ashwin. He's responsible for most of the product that we had built. We are now trying to sell on SaaS. So we are very, very new. Our product is live for just about 3 months, sorry. And we've already had some paying customers. And we have 45 signed businesses. We're looking to sell on the web currently. We're just trying to experiment it out. We eventually want to build partnerships because, like I mentioned, you have the ability to actually take communication out of this system, hit your internal systems, get some meaningful data out of it, and then look at it in this meaningful conversational way. And we sort of hope to meet developers who can sort of build interactive solutions on this platform. If you're a developer who wants to build really cool solutions using any of this communication infrastructure that we've built, please talk to me. And the eventual aim is to also look at a B2D sort of a platform, which is why I said open APIs at the end of 2013. I won't bore you with the roadmap, but it's just very simple. We are trying to primarily take our business to the US and UK markets because we know that the market here is still pretty nascent. Customer engagement, not too many brands in India give a crap about customer engagement. So we're trying to actually take this business out. I'll quickly take you to a demo, and I built this. We are also giving away a small goodie. So this is what I built in 30 seconds, very quickly. What this automation essentially does.
So I opened up the automation designer. I drag the Twitter source. I say for all the keyword data that's coming in from Twitter.
Yeah. So we have the small contest. So Rajnikant is, of course, one of our biggest idols. We want you to tell us the movie that inspired our automation framework. It's pretty easy. You'll get it. What we did is, for everybody who sort of responds to us, we're using Twitter as a channel. I'll give you the rules very quickly. I'll just show you what it took us to actually respond to each one of you who's going to tweet to us right now, how easy it was to actually build this.
I wanted to build a Twitter automation. So I opened up the automation designer. I drag the Twitter source. I say for all the keyword data that's coming in from Twitter, I add a keyword filter which checks for the keyword muHive, filters if it isn't present. I then add a text filter and check that there's the keyword unplugged. I then drag the Twitter target. I click on reply. I put in the reply. I choose muHive as the account to reply using. I then assign the data to myself to ensure that this is run and tracked. That's it.
All right, questions? In the meantime, I'll just play a small video in the background. This is our, we made a small hack to show how we can actually build some really cool things around SMS. This is really going to excite you, so have a look. And I'm taking up questions, so please.
So I was wondering if you could help me. I need to go to the airport.
मैं हवाई अड्डा जाना चाहता है।
So this is purely built on the muHive platform in less than 36 hours. This is how it looked under the hood, and this is how it looked, the actual implementation of the code. Questions, please.